Hello, guys. Welcome to episode 109 of the Three Hammers podcast. West Ham haven't lost for 3 weeks. I don't know why. I'm sure me and Paul will talk about it. Thought we'd put a show out for you because, it's been a really, really busy couple of weeks. Yeah, back. Only one person watching so far. 2 people now. Mate, what is going on? Last week I said we lived in a funny old world. It's even funnier. But not in a obviously ha way. What is going on? She's a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, mate. It's mad, isn't it? And I think the thing is we don't really know yet, like the full extent of it. I don't know if it's probably not just me. I'm sure there's a lot of people as well, but it's still a very surreal feeling at the minute. Like, and especially, and I know, like, so big changes have happened today, but the way that this country and the government seems to have been dealing with it, it seems to be everyone's like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. Like, I still don't think it's really hit a lot of people how serious this whole situation is and how long this might be going on for. Like, this ain't going to be a 2-3 weeks time. Everything's back to normal.
No, mate, not at all. Not at all. It's very much like, see, I work in a school, and schools obviously are closed from Monday. I mean, there very is a belief that schools will probably be closed till September because Chris was very positive yesterday. 12 weeks, everything will be okay. If you open it too early or go back to normal, as you're saying, mate, risk it happening again. So, like you say, mate, this is going on for a long time.
Yeah, well, they were saying today that a couple of things I read today. They were saying that a vaccine's probably not going to be viable until at least the middle of next year. And then they're saying that these what are they calling it? Social distancing measures are going to have to be going on for probably the rest of the year, or at least the majority of it. So yeah, that I don't think we're even really at the start of it yet. I think there's a way to go. But it's made things with regards to football and West Ham, it's made things. First of all, it's made them kind of irrelevant.
It is, mate. It just shows, how much football takes over our life. I think that's one of the big things. What do we do without football? But also, how irrelevant it actually is. There's people out there going, if the league's voided, it's ridiculous. So much more that's important in a game of football. 22 men kicking a ball around.
Yeah, and it's I know it's funny as well because at the same time, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people are the same. But last weekend, obviously, when there was no football for the first time for that weekend, everyone was kind of, I can't believe it, no football. I don't know what to do with myself. I can't. International breaks are better because at least there's international football. For me, after that weekend, for this week and coming into this weekend, I'll be honest, I haven't even thought about football.
Well, mate, tonight we were supposed to be playing Spurs, obviously, tonight, weren't we? But there's no sport, not let alone football, mate. There's no boxing. Snooker World Championship's been postponed today as well. I know snooker's a bit boring sport that people don't all like, but I'm a big fan of it. There's nothing. There's literally nothing to go on. So, yeah, since the last show, obviously, it was originally postponed till April the 3rd. Obviously, meeting this week, they've proposed it to April the 30th. There's a deadline, apparently, that they want to get all the leagues finished by June the 30th. Can you see it, mate?
No, not. Well, I don't know. It depends how badly they want to get it done. There's no way if it does happen, it will be behind closed doors. June the 30th, obviously, they've got a set because that's when players' contracts expire. That's when loans run out and all that kind of stuff.
Lots of issues, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the reason they've set the date. I can't see it, mate. I can't see it. You're talking what 9 games, 10 games in some cases. I'd be very surprised. And like I say, if it does happen, it will happen behind closed doors. There's no way it will be back to fans in the stands, football by then.
Not at all. Not at all. What is your solution? What would you like to see?
Genuinely, mate, I think that they just have to say scrap it. They have to say this league. And I know, obviously, as West Ham fans, people are going to say, "Oh, you're just saying that because you're West Ham, and it means you avoid relegation and all the rest of it." But I don't see any other way of doing it. I really don't. For me, they have to just say, right, this league's done. Do you know what? They'd need to have a meeting, give Liverpool the title, whatever. Even though I don't agree with that, I don't think you can give them the title until it's mathematically done, because then how does that affect all the other leagues? You know, if you start saying, well, Liverpool have won it without actually winning it, then you have to apply that all the way down the pyramid. And I don't think that's fair, but I'd be amazed if they do end the season without giving Liverpool the title. But yeah, I think they should just say, right, scrap it and go again. But there's so many problems. Like, what was it? Was it the name of the club's gone? Who's the club that went bankrupt this season and dropped out the league?
Three.
Yeah, what happens to them? So if we say this season's void, right? It doesn't count. Are they allowed to come back in?
That's a very good point.
There's so many issues around
so many ifs,
it. I don't know.
And stuff. It's crazy, isn't it? It is really, really crazy.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be the longest show tonight, boys. Obviously, because there's no game to preview, there's no game to review, so it's not going to be the longest. More just a little update, mine and Paul's views on it. Yeah, like I say, man, I don't see where restarts unless it's behind closed doors. I suggested maybe in the training grounds and stuff like that. Their pitches are still very good at the training grounds. It limits the amount of staff that's got to be there. And the other one is do it like Sunday League, when they do like the double headers on a Sunday, where it's like, oh, you've got to play 2 games on a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, they could do. They could do it. It could get to that point where they're saying, right, you've got to play 2 games, maybe you've got to play 4 games in a week, just to get it done. But if you're going to do that, you're literally doing that just to fulfill the fixtures. And if you're doing that, what's the point? What's the point? You might as well just say, I don't know. It's all very, very messy, and it's so unprecedented as well. There's nothing like this has ever had to happen before. So I don't know. I can't see it. And then they're talking still about that this might not be clear by next season. So what happens then? What happens with, like, they might have to postpone next season? Obviously, the Euros have been put back. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, the Euros have been put back and things like that. That's going to affect things as well. Like, this is going to have long-term impacts, because if you think the biggest income to football is TV money, and at the moment, everyone's cancelled their Sky Sports subscriptions. Everyone's cancelled it. Sky are not going to be like, what Sky going to do when it comes to money for the Premier League for funding if the season's not completed? Because then surely there's money lost there.
Apparently, there's a thing that they'll roll over it. So go right. What you've lost, say for example, 3-4 months, just put that on your deal. Like, so when it does restart, I don't know, mate. It's mate, it's unprecedented. Like you're saying, if it doesn't finish, potentially lose like a Souček, for example, or these players that are not so much as Zabaleta, because we would have let him go anyway. And then arguments that I've seen on other West Ham channels and just other channels in general, when we were to play Tottenham tonight, there's no Harry Kane, there's no Son. When we play them next time, we will have Harry Kane and Son. And it's that. But then you could argue that we could have Yarmolenko back and we have Lanzini back to full fitness. Well, mate, that's all I can keep thinking about this.
Yeah, I know. And obviously, so the players, I know all the players have been told they've got to be looking after himself. They're supposed to be working at home. They're supposed to be keeping themselves fit. But even with that, surely the players, especially if they do turn around and say, right, if we've got to play 3 games a week, the players can't just come straight back into that. There'll be injuries all over the place.
There was talk that I read this morning about a mini pre-season thing. So they do go, okay, we're coming back on. Players are not going to be match fit that quick. They're going to need sharpness, aren't they? Would it be time to do that? I don't know. I can see it being voided, though. I can. I think they're just delaying and delaying and delaying. It's very sad that it comes down to money at the end of the day, rather than keeping people safe, their life safe, etc., doesn't it? There's been a little bit of transfer news. There's a couple of players that we're linked with. Again, will it be a transfer window? Who knows as well. What about the Euros, though, mate? What do you make of that?
It's
the
a
right
shame.
decision, obviously. Right decision, but a big shame.
Yeah, it's a big shame. It is the right decision, but it's a massive shame. I was looking forward to the Euros this year. I suppose the good thing is it means if we get the Euros next year, and then we've got the World Cup straight after, so that'd be quite mad. That'd be quite nice.
I can't see how the Olympics goes ahead as well.
Nah,
they were saying about the Olympics that obviously they're being really stubborn at the moment and not saying much.
Yeah, that's one where they're really, really trying to put it off to say no. Plans are still going to go ahead. It's again, mate. Like you say, I can't see it. I can't see anything. Like I say, if they're saying in this country alone, they're talking about the social distancing stuff having to last for most of the year. Stuff like that, just it's not going to be able to happen. I don't know. I saw in the news today though, they were showing videos of people in Tokyo, and they're not really doing any measures at all yet. So
I know that the China cases have obviously gone down now. I don't want to turn this into a coronavirus show, guys, because obviously everything we're saying you probably know anyway. There literally is not really anything else to talk about at the moment in the news. There's nothing. There's no sport news that we can talk about. Like I say, it's not going to be the longest show in the world. That's why I did put that thing at the bottom there. If anyone wants to join, there's not many people watching. I assume, it's quite a busy time and you're self-isolating. Maybe you're self-isolating.
That's it. This is the last day, mate, for all the pubs. Everyone's out. As soon as people hear that noise, that's it. That's a rush to the pub.
Yeah, that's it. So what you been doing, mate? You're still working, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm still working. For now. I know it's weird, mate. Like that's what I mean. That's what I was saying earlier about it's weird where it hasn't really hit home yet, because I think a lot of people are still just carrying on as normal. Nothing's changed for a lot of people, and I think that's the problem with not enforcing. If they want people to stay at home, if they want people to stay away, they have to enforce it. They can't just say, we think it's a good idea for you to do this, because people ain't going to do it. People can't afford to do it. No. People can't afford to not go to work unless they're going to get paid for it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy, mate. There you go. There's Richie Nils in from Spain.
Yeah, Nils in, and Richie from Spain. I'm sure he said he was locked down last week as well. I'm sure he was the one last time we did the show. He's locked down. That's crazy over there. The country you've got a lot of love for, mate. Italy, absolute crazy scenes over there at the minute. It really is crazy scenes. I'm going to flash something up. It might help us with a little bit of talking, so I don't want to end it that quickly. So this is what's going on at the minute. Let me do that. Actually, we can talk over it. It's a bit better. So West Ham, apparently the signings. If you did want any West Ham news, we'll give you some little bits here. So apparently linked to a guy from Sporting Lisbon called Mateus Pereira. I have heard of him. He's a good centre midfielder. Heard of him, Paul?
Pereira is not the same Pereira as the guy who went to, where did he go? He went to Wolves, didn't he?
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. Yeah.
So Mateus, no, I don't think so, mate. I don't think I've heard of that one.
Pereira. Oh no, I've not heard of him actually. No, I was thinking of the one you just mentioned, mate. Actually, another one, Udinese Seko Fofana. Cannot say I've heard of him.
Fofana's actually I have heard of him. If I'm right, is he a winger?
Yes, it says a winger. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have heard of him. I don't think we need any more wingers, to be honest with you. I think we've got enough. This is the thing as well. I mean, you got to remember all these stories. Like, there's probably nothing happening. No.
Journalists have got to write something. No,
yeah, but that's it.
They have to write something.
Oh, that's something actually, mate. There you go. What Richard just said in the chat there, is that the FIFA one between West Ham Spurs tonight?
Yeah, that is tonight.
Antonio and Sessegnon, isn't it?
Sessegnon, yeah. Something to watch, guys. Apparently.
Are they doing 45-minute halves? What are they doing?
Those, mate. But the loser has to wear the opposition shirt. Apparently, so Antonio could be in a Tottenham shirt by the end of the day. No thanks. Really don't want to see that. Neil says the Olympics cannot see that happening. She says, yes, mate. Neil says, I've been self-isolating here since Sunday. watching West Ham's game. Yeah, I might watch that. You know what? There's nothing else to do. I'm not no good at FIFA anymore. The pad don't work because it's been broken. Yeah.
What do you make of the what did they call it? The Ultimate Quarantine, the FIFA thing. Did you see that? Leyton Orient are organising. So they basically did. They got loads of clubs. It's a charity thing, and they got loads and loads of clubs. Did a draw, and they're going to do FIFA games as well. And we pulled Wimbledon. And the West Ham Twitter account actually put out a really funny tweet. I can't do it from these magic things, but it was quite funny. It was Joey from Friends being like, but yeah, that's something else to follow. I mean, that's what it's going to be, isn't it? This is it. This is the time for esports.
Mate, you need to do the toilet roll challenge, mate. I got 6. It's bloody hard, mate.
You got 6 in a hallway where it was bouncing off the walls. That don't count.
My mate in work got 15. 15 he got. Ain't bad.
Maybe we should see if we end up all going into lockdown. Maybe we should get all the West Ham fan channels together and we should all do a FIFA tournament.
Mate, they called for that on West Ham Fan TV. Yes.
Listen, let's do it. I'm up for that. If we all end up getting locked down and we're all stuck in the house, I'll represent, mate. No worries.
Yeah, mate, you're good at it, mate. You do it more justice than I will. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I know they've been talking about that, definitely. Rich said he's looking forward to it. Not sure how long each half is. 8 p.m. your time. A few teams have pulled out because it is sponsored by the Sun. Yes, I did read that actually. It's rung a bell actually now. What you're saying about Leyton Orient, yeah, because of the Sun. I'm
guessing Liverpool pulled out, but I don't know who else would have pulled out because of the Sun.
We can't pull out obviously because of Karen and Colin.
Yeah.
What do you think? That's a good topic to go on to actually. That your badge just inspired me there. How do you think they're feeling about this?
They'll be, obviously. Well, it's weird, isn't it? I was going to say obviously they'll be relieved that the pressure's off on one sense of things. They'll be happy, but on the other hand, mate, Gold and Sullivan, they're old people. Like they've probably got more serious worries than football at the minute. If I was David Gold, David Sullivan, I'd be worried about catching this thing and dying.
I wouldn't be getting out of the house.
So I think they've probably got other things on their mind as well at the minute. But as far as the whole, like they'll be relieved that it's taken the steam out of the protests and all the rest of it. Because like, as we said right at the start of the show, there's more important things going on in the world right now than who runs West Ham United. And rightly so. So I'm sure they'll be relieved about that. But yeah, like I say, mate, there's a chance that they might not be here at all on the other side of all this.
Yeah, mate. It's very true. It's very true, mate. Did you see Gonzo and Gio's FIFA game? I did. I see a few clips of it. Yeah, I didn't watch all of it. Yeah, it looked like I have a lot of fun. I wish me and Paul could do that. But again, Paul probably knows about the technology. You probably need some special thing.
Yeah, no, we could stream that on Twitch. I don't know if you can stream it on. Can you stream it on YouTube? I don't know.
So I think what they did is they recorded the game and recorded themselves at the same time, and then they was like cut clips in. It was quite an interesting video. So it would be. I'll probably lose, it used to cause so many rows back in the day. We used to do this thing on a Friday before we went pub and all that.
I tell you what. That's saying. See for something to do. I don't know. I could probably upload the videos to YouTube, but maybe again, if we end up going into full lockdown and all the rest of it for a few weeks, maybe I'll do. I'll do some streaming of FIFA with and play games against subscribers and stuff. Maybe something like that. Yeah, and then like I say, I absolutely will play games against the other channels. We'll do a little tournament. Why not?
Yes, I did, Richie. It was quite funny. You can live stream games on YouTube.
Can you do that through console? Can you do that through like Xbox and PlayStation? I don't know. I know you because Xbox is what Mixer they call it, isn't it? Mixer. I don't know. PlayStation. I think they still use Twitch.
That'd be really good. That'd be really good if you did like a FIFA clubs thing, where it was like you got Lee and got you, did a couple of others. versus West Ham Fan TV or versus Hammers Chat. That'd be even more funny. 8 people all in the chat just giving it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do if it goes to lockdown, mate. It'd be there's a few good films on Netflix, I suppose. I ain't watched The Irishman yet. I need to watch that.
You'll have a daughter to entertain, mate. Stop going crazy.
I printed off loads of work for her today, actually, so that she's got some stuff to learn. Quite sad, actually. Been on lockdown in Spain for a week. Just realised the woman who lives with me is my girlfriend. What is it like, mate? Honestly, tell us what is it like, that experience? Richard.
Mate, listen, see, having to stay indoors for a week or 2 or 3. I've done that before.
Mate, the closest thing I've got to possibly in that I was saying in work. We obviously were going out. When we lived in Mallorca, we had no internet. We had to create our own games. We had no TV, had no internet. Me and Paul literally had to create our own games, like kicking a Coke bottle through kitchen. You know, like the bit where you pass the food through. Those people who've done, I can't really. I know what else it's got. Serving hatch. So me and Paul would try and kick conversions through that for hours.
Hey, listen, it kept us entertained.
I did say that it was one of the best times of my life then.
But obviously, for years and years and years and years, I was a DJ, and that's all I did. I was just DJ'd, and then for quite a few years, all I did was DJ at the weekends. So I was only working 6 hours a week, and the rest of the time I just spent indoors playing FIFA. So I think I'll be all right. I've had lots of practice sitting indoors. It'd be fine.
Yeah. What are the supermarkets like over there?
Oh, it's mental, mate.
Oh, mate, it's every man for himself, isn't it? At the minute.
Same as everywhere else, isn't it? It's crazy. I don't know. I see if it all goes tits up, I'll probably starve to death because I haven't stockpiled any food. I haven't done anything. You
can live off Haribo and Coke. I used to. Oh, it is craziness. It is absolute crazy. Let's hope everything sorts itself out.
It will, mate. Of course it will.
Do you know what I mean?
It will. It's going to take time. Obviously, it's going to take time. It might take months, might take a year, might take a couple of years before everything's back to normal. But it'll get back to normal. Of course it will. But yeah.
If there's anything else to talk about, mate. Trying to think, is there anything major that obviously major boxing matches will now not happen this year, probably. All the Tyson Fury, Joshua stuff ain't gonna happen. Wilder Fury. What happens to Wilder Fury now? What happens to that fight?
Yeah. Well, it's like you say, mate, everything is being called off, everything's being postponed, everything's being put back. That the whole world of sports is just, and like I say, it's taken a back seat. It's taken a back seat to everything else. People have got other worries at the minute. Like I say, this last week, genuinely, I haven't even thought about football or West Ham.
No.
It's
very hard to make a podcast. I think we did one last week, did we? I can't remember the last time we did one. We weren't gonna do one because it's just like I don't know what to talk about, and I don't want to eat talking about coronavirus because that's all it is on news at the minute. It's very depressing at the minute. News. We want to do some stuff, but give us some idea, guys, in the comments. If you're not watching this live, give us some ideas on what you want to see. I don't know, maybe some best player things like top 10s, stuff like that we can do. Just little short videos when me and Paul got time to get together. We can do things like that.
Well, we'll probably have a lot of time, mate. Hopefully.
Yeah. Definitely. It's actually not as bad as it seems. Can still go to the supermarket for food. But if you go out for no reason and the police catch you, expect a beating, a fine, and a prison sentence. I'll tell you what, mate, the Guardia do not mess about, mate. And I'm assuming you are talking about the Guardia in Spain because they do not mess about from Anna Paul's experience. Those guys, not the George Michael police, the ones that go around on the motorbikes and the blue shirts. I'm talking the big boys. And you've obviously got the elite ones above that, like the Spartans. I don't even want to meet them guys down the back alley. I live somewhat remote in rural South Australia on 85 acres of Marley scrub with 2 greyhounds. So self-isolating for me is quite easy. Sounds lovely, mate. Very jealous. Yeah, do you want to leave it there, mate? Because
yeah, absolutely. Like you say, mate. Just wanted to
game.
pop on.
I'd love to talk longer.
But like you say, good just to pop on, make sure let everyone know we're still about and we're still here. Definitely.
Lee is, but...
Well, who knows where Lee is? Definitely something to look into with, like you say, maybe getting together with other channels and doing some FIFA games. And like you say, mate, maybe I'll eventually actually make my top 10 West Ham goals videos. And
it was a really, I don't know if you see it, mate, on YouTube. They uploaded in Ashton's finest moments. West Ham, like his greatest goals. That is quite emotional, actually. Again, it's back to that how good a player he was, and that's sad it is that his career was cut so short. It's quite sad.
What did they give his best goal?
Man United goal.
For me, it's the goal he scored on Noble's testimonial.
Well, yeah, he didn't even put that in there. Yeah. Man City goal I love as well. The semi-final Man City quarter-final Man City goal I love as well. He does say his favourite goal is the FA Cup final. He goes, even though it's the worst goal I've ever scored, he goes, that moment, you dream of that moment. Dream of that moment. He goes, for years I was told to close down the goalkeeper, and for years I never got anything. The one time it did was in the FA Cup final. Crazy, isn't it? Oh, here we go. A question to keep the show going a little bit longer. What would be your ultimate 5-a-side team using any West Ham players, past or present? Okay, we're only going to go our lifetime in the past, though. It's too easy otherwise. You go Bobby Moore, Phil Parks, Bonds. Only players we have seen, past, present, future.
Right, well, Paolo's obvious. Paolo has to be in there.
Start and go. We'll start and go.
So, all right, so, I mean...
My lifetime, I love Fabianski. I love Fabianski, mate.
In 5-a-side.
And Ludo in my lifetime as well. Mate.
Ludo, yeah. Do you know what? Rob Green would have a shot. Really, really good shot stopper.
Yeah, it was fantastic for us. So Xhaka was a great goalie as well.
Brilliant at saving penalties as well, Rob Green. Yeah, I'd put Greeno. I'd put Greeno in goal for me.
I think I'll go. I tell you what, because I didn't see much of Ludo. He is my lifetime. He's more when I was like 5 or 6. So I'll go. I'm going to go Fabianski, man. I honestly believe he's one of the best goalkeepers we've ever had.
I agree. And he's a better goalkeeper than Rob Green. But I'm thinking 5-a-side. I'm thinking shot stopping. And, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, so yeah, that's what's making my decision.
What formation are you going to play, mate?
Well, it's going to be 2-2, isn't it? 1-2-2.
2-2. You're going to play, yeah.
Yeah. Two defenders.
A 3-1 or a 1-3.
No. For me, it'd be 2-2. 1-2-2. So in defence, again, these have got to be ball players as well. Rio has to be in there for me.
Oh yeah, it's a great shout.
Next to Rio. Again, trying to think 5-a-side.
You need someone who's got stamina about him as well. Like someone who's going to run for you. I agree with Rio. I'll give you Rio. Rio has to be in there. I don't know. Would you want someone like Julian in there, just rattling people and can shoot from distance as well?
It's a good shout. It's a good shout. Yeah, someone who can ping it. Yeah, that's a good shout. Maybe like a in his prime Winston Reid.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Can you imagine them two, like a prime Reid and Rio?
Yeah,
together would be fantastic.
That was something that was mentioned, mate. Before, just slightly off topic before we go back on it. Winston Reid, what happens with him now? You think he's ever going to play for West Ham again now? I thought maybe the American move, he may have had a chance to get the fitness, and they may have had a look at him again in pre-season, so that he gets his testimonial. But now I don't know. And it's very sad that it's ended that way for him.
Yeah, no, it is.
He's a legend, definitely. Not a legend, but a great player. Some great moments. So Rio and Julian for me. Rio and
I'm going to go Rio and Reid. Rio and Reid.
Winston, yeah.
And then the front two.
Oh, it's Paolo, isn't it?
Paolo, obviously. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people you could put next to him. Do you go for someone like Dean Ashton as a finisher? Do you go for someone like Arnautovic? Good all-rounder.
Well, yeah. He would be really good at five-side, Arnie, as well.
Yeah, strong side of him. All-rounder, can shoot. Do you go for like a Joe Cole or an Al Berkovic?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of options for them attacking players.
But and again, shouldn't mention his name on this channel. Frank Lampard, mate. He's pinging shots for fun. He's not going in to your team. Scotty Parker, you want an engine at five-a-side? He's running all day long.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember the? For me, it's like do you remember the Nike adverts, the Scorpion adverts?
Yeah,
they did the cage. Yeah, and that was 3-on-3, wasn't
it? Mate, this one as well. We're forgetting. We haven't even said Payet.
Dimmy, yeah. There's so many options that you could have in the forward players. There really is.
It's apart from Paolo for me, who's just there purely on God's status.
Paolo's in, yeah. Paolo's in, without a doubt.
I don't know. Might have to go 1-3. Rio as a then Payet, Paolo. I'm siding with you, Joe Cole one actually, rather than Tevez.
Yeah. I mean, that would be ridiculous. Imagine that. So Rio, Payet, Di Canio, and Joe Cole.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. What about if you had to do whole world one five-side? All the players you've seen, it makes it even harder now. Del Piero's your one. That's
Del Piero obviously goes in. Messi has to go in for me.
Like you're saying, like the FIFA Street stuff. Brian Ronaldinho has to go in.
Yeah, obviously. So Ronaldinho.
Brian Ronaldinho. And then, like you're saying, those Nike adverts, man. Seedorf, Davids, Roberto Carlos.
Edgar Davids. Yeah, so there you go. So Roberto Carlos, I would put in the back. And then maybe
a 1-1-2.
How do you?
So then you've got Carlos, Davids, Ronaldinho. I wouldn't pick Del Piero for my team.
Carlos, Davids. Yeah, I mean realistically, so Carlos, Davids, Ronaldinho,
and Fat Ronaldo.
In a five-a-side though.
Brian Fat Ronaldo, man, he'd take the mick.
In a five-a-side.
Thierry.
Do you remember his adverts as well when he went to play on the five-a-side? It was ridiculous. I would still need to put Messi in there for pure technical ability. Yeah.
I know, that's a tough one. What about your goalie then? It's Gigi, surely.
Yeah.
Has to be Gigi, doesn't it? Has to be Gigi. A good question. Thanks for that, mate. The AFL stated on Thursday night at the MCG behind closed doors and watching football fans, and it holds 100,000 people. No fans is something quite different and leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah, it's very strange. Again, I haven't watched it, but I've seen clips. I don't know if it was. You seen the WWE?
No.
Where it's all been done behind closed doors. So like Steve Austin comes out and he's like, "You give me a hell yeah." He's just looked. There's no one in the crowd. Then I think it's Triple H in commentary box goes, "Yeah, hell yeah." Goes, and then there's that really, really funny clip. I'll try and find it to you. I'll send it to you when we finish this. It's really, really funny. Especially when he's prime, gets in Richie's team. Pete Reid, as long as we won't get anything. Canio or Payet. Silius for him. World Cup winner. World Cup winner for him. Yeah. Right. We'll wrap it up there, guys. Again, thanks for tuning in. Not many of you tonight, but I'm sure some of you will really watch this back. As we said, if you've got any ideas, every channel at the minute, trying to make some stuff for you just so we stay relevant and we keep talking to you.
Yeah, we'll definitely do more sort of videos rather than, I think it's a good idea to do more videos on little bits rather than maybe a full podcast live stream sort of thing. But like I say, I am still working at the minute. So unless that changes in the near future, which it probably will, I'm not going to have too much time to be putting videos together. But if that does change, then absolutely, that's something that will keep me going during a lockdown anyway. That will give me something to do.
That's it. All right, guys, until next week. Oh, well up. Have you seen when people do a stadium tour, they play the crowd cheering through the speakers? Should do that for behind closed doors, guys. Shout. Wouldn't it be really weird though? You'd be able to hear all the swearing, everything, like what actually players say to each other. Really, really weird. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot. We will be back next week. We'll probably do something like this again. Give us some topics, guys. Throw some topics at us, because we've got this at least for another 20th. We've got this to at least another month, which is about 6 weeks actually. We've got this till. So yeah, give us some topics you want us to talk about. Give us some ideas, and we'll do some videos for you. Until then, guys, open your minds,